At number 10 with over 171,000 active military personnel is Italy. Currently, Italy spends around $28 billion to fund its armed forces. Now, coming to the land equipment of Italian armed forces, the Italian armed forces has 200 Ariete main battle tanks, over 2,600 armored fighting vehicles, 54 self-propelled artillery, and 21 multi-launched rocket systems in its inventory. Now, coming to the air power of Italian armed forces, the Italian armed forces have more than 830 aircraft, which include 110-plus fighter aircraft, 400-plus helicopters. Eurofighter Typhoon and F-35 Lightning II are main fighter jets of Italian armed forces. Naval strength. The Italian Navy at present has 180-plus total ships. Its naval fleet at present includes 2 light aircraft carriers, 4 destroyers, 12 frigates, 2 corvettes, and 8 submarines. Number 7. United Kingdom. Active military personnel 150,000 plus. The UK at present spends around $50 billion for its military. Now, coming to the land equipment of the British Army. The British Army at present has 227 Challenger 2 main battle tanks, over 2,300 armored fighting vehicles, 89 self-propelled artillery, 35 multi-launched rocket system. Air strength of the Armed Forces of United Kingdom. The UK Armed Forces at present has 900-plus aircraft, which include 160-plus multi-role fighter jets and 270-plus helicopters. Currently, Eurofighter Typhoons and F-35 Lightning II are the main fighter jets of the UK Armed Forces. Naval strength. The Royal Navy currently operates around 80 ships. Its present fleet of ships includes 2 aircraft carrier, 6 destroyers, 13 frigates, 10 nuclear-powered submarines. Number 6. Japan. At present, the Japanese Self-Defense Forces has a total of over 247,000 active military personnel and has a defense budget of around $47 billion. Land power of Japan Ground Self-Defense Force. At present, the Japanese Ground Self-Defense Force has over 1,000 main battle tanks, over 840 armored fighting vehicles, 210-plus self-propelled artillery, 99 multi-launched rocket system. Air power of Japan Self-Defense Force. The Japanese Self-Defense Force at present has over 1,550 total aircraft, out of which 370-plus are fighter jets and over 640 are helicopters. Currently, F-15 Eagle, F-35 Lightning II, and F-2 are the main modern fighters of Japanese Self-Defense Force. Naval strength of Japan. The Japanese Navy at present operates around 155 ships and is one of the strongest navies in the world. The Japanese naval fleet currently consists of 4 helicopter carriers, 26 destroyers, 10 frigates, 6 corvettes, 20 submarines. At number 5, with over 300,000 active military personnel, we have France. The French Armed Forces has the 5th largest defense budget with $63.8 billion. The French Armed Forces at present has 406 main battle tanks, over 3,200 armored fighting vehicles, 120-plus self-propelled artillery, 10-plus multi-launched rocket system. Air strength of French Armed Forces. The French Armed Forces currently has a total of 1,250-plus aircraft, of which 190-plus are multi-role fighter jets and over 560 are helicopters. Dassault Rafale and Mirage 2000 are the main fighter jets of France at the moment. Naval strength. The French Navy currently operates around 180 ships and is the only naval force in the world besides USA to operate a nuclear-powered aircraft carrier. Its naval fleet at present includes 1 nuclear-powered aircraft carrier, 3 helicopter carriers, 10 destroyers, 11 frigates, 10 nuclear-powered submarines. Number 4. India. As of present, the Indian Armed Forces has a total of around 1.45 million active military personnel, which is the second largest in the world. Defense budget of the Indian Armed Forces amounts to a total of around $67 billion and is ranked 4th largest in the world. Coming to land power, the Indian Army has over 4,800 tanks, over 2,900 armored fighting vehicles, around 200 self-propelled artillery, 260-plus multi-launched rocket system. Air power. The Indian Armed Forces has a total of 2,100-plus aircraft, out of which around 570 are fighter jets, over 700 are helicopters. At present, the main fighter jets of India include Su-30 MKI, Dassault Rafale, Mirage 2000, HAL Tejas and MiG-29. Naval power. The Indian Navy currently operates over 300 ships. Its naval fleet at present includes 1 aircraft carrier and another one to enter sea trial soon, 11 destroyers, 23 corvettes, 14 frigates, 20 submarines. Number 3. China. As of today, the Chinese People's Liberation Army, or PLA, has the largest military in the world, with a total of 2 million active military personnel. Defense budget of the Chinese People's Liberation Army, PLA, amounts to a total of $178 billion and is the second largest in the world. Coming to land power, the PLA ground force has a total of around 7,000 main battle tanks, over 4,800 armored fighting vehicles, 1,700 self-propelled artillery, and over 1,770 multi-launched rocket system. Air power. The Chinese People's Liberation Army, PLA, has around 4,500 total aircraft, out of which 1,670 plus are fighter jets and over 1,000 are helicopters. Stealth fighter J-20, Su-30 MKK, Su-27, Su-35, J-10, are some of the main fighter jets of People's Liberation Army. Now coming to naval power, the PLA has a total of over 700 ships, including auxiliaries. The Chinese Navy maintains a large number of auxiliary ships. At present, the Chinese naval fleet includes 2 aircraft carrier, 33 destroyers, 42 corvettes, 52 frigates, 75 submarines. Number 2. Russia. The Russian Armed Forces has around 900,000 active military personnel and is the 4th largest. Russia is also the 2nd largest exporter of arms next to USA and spends around $61.4 billion on its military. Now, coming to the land power of Russian Armed Forces. The Russian forces have around 13,500 main battle tanks, although mostly are in reserve and are Soviet-era tanks. Over 35,000 armored fighting vehicles, which are mostly in reserve, over 5,500 self-propelled artillery, and 3,600-plus multi-launched rocket system. Air power. The Russian armed forces at present has around 4,200 aircraft, of which 1,100 plus are fighter jets and over 1,400 are helicopters. Stealth Su-57, Su-35, Su-30, Su-27, MiG-29 are some of the main fighter jets of Russia. Naval power. The Russian Navy currently has around 400 naval ships including auxiliaries. The Russian Navy fleet currently has 1 aircraft carrier, 5 cruisers, currently only Russia and the US have cruiser ships, 11 destroyers, 10 frigates, 78 corvettes, 60 submarines. Number 1. USA. At present, the United States Armed Forces has a total of around 1.4 million active military personnel, which is the 3rd largest in the world, and has troops deployed all around the globe. Coming to defense budget, the United States has the world's largest military budget of $693 billion US. Now coming to land power, the United States Army has a total of nearly 8,000 Abrams main battle tanks, over 30,000 armored fighting vehicles, 900 plus self-propelled artillery, over 1,000 multi-launch rocket systems. As for air power, the U.S. Armed Forces has a total of around 14,000 aircraft, of which over 2,850 are fighter jets and over 5,700 are helicopters. At present, stealth fighters F-22 and F-35 Lightning II, F-15, F-18, F-16 are the main fighter jets of the U.S. Armed Forces. Now coming to naval power, the U.S. Navy has a total of 11 nuclear-powered aircraft carriers, 9 helicopter carriers, 69 destroyers, 22 cruisers, 19 corvettes or littoral combat ships, 70-plus nuclear-powered submarines. Thanks for watching.
Greek military strength. Capital, Athens. Population, 10,724,599. Military budget, $4.8 billion. Total military personnel, 750,000. Active personnel, 200,000. Reserve personnel, 550,000. Combat tanks, 1,355. Armored vehicles, 3,691. Self-prop artillery, 547. Towed artillery, 463. Rocket projectors, 152. Total aircraft, 566. Fighter aircraft, 187. Transport aircraft, 15. Trainer aircraft, 143. Total helicopters, 231. Attack helicopters, 29. Total naval assets, 116. Frigates, 13. Submarines, 11. Patrol craft, 35. Royal Hellenic Air Force, Greece. Chief of Air Force General Staff, Air Marshal Georgios Blyoumis. Greece Air Force approximately 33,000 active personnel and 400 plus aircraft.